Hey guys, it's Tuesday afternoon, late in the afternoon actually. Had a bunch of business to take care of this morning, so when I got back on the car, I had all the masking to do, so I finished that up just now. It's almost supper time, so I gotta go and do that. Um, so anyway, I'll show you what it looks like. It's ready now to spot prime. So I got to clean it up, prime all those little areas that I worked on or sanded through, either or. I've got to do some cleaning up in here. I want to set up. I need to cut some strips of cardboard to fit under my garage door between the fans, kind of block off the cold air from coming in. Today's about as nice as it's going to get, like 0 degrees. But tomorrow -4. That's kind of on the outside edge of what's okay to paint. And this stuff does take a long time to dry. I had the heat off. Like, I keep the heat off until it's dry to the touch, so dust won't stick to it because it's forced air and it just blows dust all over everything. So yeah, it was almost 4 hours without any heat on, and it got pretty chilly in here. So yeah, I'd expect the car to do the same. Mind you, it was quite a bit colder that day. Yeah, might as well just get to it. Okay, so it was a fairly sizable masking job. I think I got everything pretty much the way I want it. So yeah, it's ready to spot prime all these little spots here where there's putty or wherever I sanded through, like there or back here. Yeah, we got to get those all primed up. Yeah, same thing as over here. Did a little bit of work there, a couple of other little dents. So prime that up. And we've got to get rid of any of the shiny stuff that's left, like this here. I've got to scuff all that so the paint has something to grab to. So I'll go around and do all that as well when I go to sand the primer that I'm about to put on right after supper. So yeah, like I said, it's a pretty good sized masking job. So because we're not doing the roof, you know, it is what it is. But it took quite a while, longer than I thought it would. Anyway, we're ready to roll. So after supper, I'll mix up some primer. We'll get those spots, and then I'll scuff everything that's shiny, and like the rockers as well haven't been done. I got to do inside the jams here and stuff like that. Just Scotch-Brite. That's all I'm going to use, and just enough to scuff it up and give the paint something to bite to. So I had the trunk lid all sealed up, and then I forgot to cover my side markers. So it was just a matter of peeling it back and reaching in there. But no big deal. All good. So yeah, after supper we'll get back and get on this thing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spot prime this. Just using low pressure. I don't want to have to open the door just for that. Okay, I'll give it a second coat on those spots in a few minutes once that sets up. And then we're ready to scuff it and get some paint on this thing. Finally. Okay, so you want to hear something really stupid? I'm such an idiot. So I scuffed everything. I got everything ready. Any shiny bits have been done with the Scotch-Brite. It's good to go. So I'm just going to clean it up and get the paint out and start mixing. Where's the paint? Let me show you where the paint is. The paint is on the floor on the passenger side, which means now I have to cut open my masking and go get it and then remask. What a dummy. Unbelievable. How could I do that? How could you be so stupid? Anyway, I'm going to do that now. Get the paint out and start mixing. All right, so I'm washing this thing down with wax and grease remover, and I found a couple more runs in the driver's side rear quarter. I sanded them out. There's some body work issues a little. I sanded it up as best I could, smoothed it out as best I could. I'm not doing any more body work. This job was supposed to be sand the runs out, scuff, and paint. I've done body work. I've done block sanding. I've done priming twice, more sanding, more block sanding. I'm done. That's it. The way it is now is the way it's getting painted. That's it. I don't care. I've had enough. I'm not getting paid near enough to do what I've done here already. So stopping the bleeding right now. Gonna mix some paint. I'll run the tack cloth on it, and we're gonna shoot this thing shortly. So there. All right, it's paint time. Okay, so far so good. Hardly any orange peel at all. No runs that I see, and it looks pretty damn good. The trick, I think, I lowered my pressure down to about 16 pounds, and that seems to be the sweet spot. For me anyway, the way I spray. Might be different for you, you know, everybody's different, but this is working. I had too much pressure on when I did the trunk lid, and that's why it turned out like shit. Anyway, get another coat on this thing in about probably 20 minutes or so. Okay, it's been 25 minutes or so, and I'm going to shoot the second coat. It's going to take 3 to cover, I can see that, and that's fine. As long as these 2 coats go as well as the first one did, I'll be super happy. a little thin in a couple spots. I think next time for the final coat, I'm going to move my big light along with me on each panel. That way I make sure I get it nice and even. And yeah, third coat will cover it for sure. All right, so I just finished the third final coat, and I am happy with the result and quite relieved. I was worried about this one, but it looks damn good. No runs anywhere that I've seen. I went over the whole thing with my little light, and I think it looks pretty damn good. So yeah, super happy, super relieved. Finally, it's freaking yellow and shiny. Get this banana out of here. Anyway, yeah, awesome. So I'm gonna let that set for a while. It's almost supper time, so that's good. I'll go in and make supper. I gotta take my kids somewhere, and yeah, by then hopefully it'll be ready to unmask. Oh man, what an ordeal. Oh man, I tell you, that was a stressful one. I still got the doors and the hood to paint, but now I know the pressure it has to work at and all that stuff, so I'm fine with that. So one thing, because the last time I showed this, I didn't get a lot of views in the video. Generally paint job videos I get a lot of views, so I'm just going to show this one more time. Anyway, let's see where that is there. There you go. So when you're watching the video, just below the screen, if you want to support the channel, you got the thumbs up. Yeah, hit that for sure. Don't hit this one, the dislike. Your share, yeah, share it with a buddy for sure. Then this one here is the menu. So if you click on that and you go to where it says thanks, you can say thanks, Dan, and buy Dan a coffee, and I'd truly appreciate it. So yeah, that's how you support the channel. All good. Thank you very much. And yeah. So anyway, I am now only, what, 81 subscribers away from 3,000. So please help me get there. My goal is to get to 3,000 by Christmas. And if I do that, I'll have a few of these. So anyway, this thing's going to be probably, like I said, the last time it took about 4 hours to dry. It's going to be a little less than that this time because it's quite a bit warmer than it was the other day when I did the trunk lid. That might have been part of the reason I had problems with it. But yeah, this is 120% better than the way the trunk lid turned out. So I don't have to cut and buff this or anything. I'm just going to ship it out the way it is. I told the guy, he lives just maybe 1.5 miles away from me. In the spring, we'll cut, and I'll give him a hand to cut and buff it, or I'll show him how to do it anyway, and he can take it from there. So, but I am going to cut and buff the trunk lid because I'm the one who fucked it up. So that's the way it is. Yeah, so please subscribe. You know, tell your buddies, help spread the word, and get your friends to subscribe and get me to that 3,000 mark. I truly appreciate it. I'm really happy that this is done. Tomorrow or tonight's supposed to go to like 20 below, so it would have been way too cold to spray. I would have been screwed. So anyway, I can move on to the next job. All good. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.